Hello, Morning Mimosa viewers. This is the founder, Holly Sisa. And as you guys know, Morning Mimosa values human life, criminal justice, healing, and education for the Black and minority communities, with a note that we love all people. Before I get started, let me do a few housekeeping tools. As you guys know, I love to support amazing businesses, so I have two amazing deals for you guys. If you guys head over to immunosoaps.com and use our code MM23, you guys can get 5% off on immunosoaps.com with a minimum purchase of $7. So head over to immunosoaps.com and use Morning Mimosas code MM23 to get 5% off. Like I said, make sure it's a minimum $7. Another one that's really great. I bought 2 flower crowns from Ganell's Crafts. I absolutely love when people use their hands to make great things. So here's a little treat for Morning Mimosas and Ganell's Crafts. Mention Morning Mimosas when you head over to Ganell's Crafts and you can get $10 off your entire order, okay? Make sure you head over to Ganell's Crafts on Instagram, GANELLS Crafts spelled regularly. And if you order from them, you can get $10 off your entire purchase. So head over there today. Guys, today's episode has no specific direction. Today's episode, I will talk about a variety of things, but obviously it pertains to the 3 main elements of Morning Mimosas, right? Criminal justice, healing, and educating. Guys, I'm not gonna lie. Lately, I've been in great spirits, but there has been a recent case in Charlotte, North Carolina, of a young mother and her 2 children. She was 22-year-old Markayla Johnson, and her 2 children, Miracle, who was age 4, and her infant son, Messiah, who was 7 months. They were reported missing on March 3rd. So at the time of this recording, 15 days ago. And I was sharing her story on Morning Mimosa, sharing it on my personal page and trying to keep hope for the family. I'm a little disappointed at Charlotte PD for how they handled that situation. They waited for a warrant to go into her apartment, and that's where her and her 2 children were found dead 12 days later on March 15th. Had the police put more effort into actually going to that apartment, they could have been found earlier instead of being found a week and a half later. Another thing that's very disappointing about that case is she was reported missing on March 3rd. The public was not aware of the disappearance of the mother and the 2 children until March 8th. Police, we have to do better than this. That was 5 days lost that people could have known something, seen something in that complex in Charlotte, and could have been an assistance to that beautiful mother and her 2 children. Charlotte PD, you guys dropped the ball with that one for sure. Thankfully, an arrest was made in California. And hopefully the young man who took the lives of those 3 innocent people pays a hefty cost for that, because he had no right to do that. But where do I start with blame here? I put the blame on Charlotte police, and obviously the person who committed the horrendous act against this beautiful young mom and her precious 2 children. That young man had no right to take his ex-girlfriend's life or the lives of her 2 innocent children. But you guys fucked up. You guys didn't bother to investigate anything. You guys didn't even notify the public until 5 days after they were reported missing, all because you guys wanted to make sure. So this is just to the police all over. You guys need to do better when it comes to cases of minorities. This is why Morning Mimosas exists. because you guys continuously keep fucking up cases. Now look what happened to this young mom and her 2 children because I'm just so frustrated, guys. I'm not gonna lie. That case really angers me. It really does. This is why I like to tell people this is why we need to also protect ourselves. Because sometimes the police is not going to do that. And that's just me speaking from the heart and speaking from the truth. That young lady was 22 years old with a 4-year-old baby girl and a 7-month-old baby boy. They had the rest of their lives ahead of them. But instead, some evil, and I'm going to say some evil nigga, came through and snuffed all 3 of those lives out. My concern is, how can somebody look into the eyes of children and then take their lives? I just need that to marinate with my viewers who are listening. How can somebody be so evil to take the lives of innocent children, let alone their mother, Miss Markayla? I just had to talk to you guys about that real quick because her case is really bothering me. I'm going to follow the case as I do. It's just very disheartening. Last week, on March 11th, Xavier Walker would have celebrated his 38th birthday, and I was on scene where he was shot at Falcon Park in Montbello, Denver, Colorado. I just want you guys to have a full understanding on why I care so much about these cases. First off, all these people were people. They were breathing, living humans, just like you and me. And someone decided to do an evil act and take their lives. I need people to have a level of sympathy and empathy for people who are no longer here, especially if their lives were taken unjustly. Some people seem to, they see a horrendous crime, and then, we talk about it for a little bit, and then that's it. But that's not the case. That may be it for the public, but what about the family that suffered that horrendous loss? We still need to be there for them so they can process it, heal from it, and then us as the community be educated on how to be better. I had to give you guys that huge breath because it's so, like I said, very disheartening that people take people's lives without any level of consciousness or, as people say, giving a fuck. There's another one here in Montbello, Denver, that took place on Friday, March 1st. I believe it was in the 4900 block of Tulsa Court. A 45-year-old man named Deshaun Luckett was stabbed to death, and Denver police are still looking for his killer. Now, at the time of this recording, it's been 17 days since that man lost his life, and I just want people to be mindful that everybody deserves justice, guys. Like, these victims did not ask for their lives to be ended. Everybody had a purpose. I can almost guarantee you almost every murder victim had plans that weekend. They had something important that they needed to do. but instead, people like to do evil. But that's why I'm here. That's exactly why I'm here. To bring justice to families, to bring healing to families, and to educate people so we don't continuously go through such horrendous losses. Mental health stigmas and everything else are big problems in the minority community, and sometimes it manifests into ugliness. And I don't know. It's time. It's time for people to get out of themselves and get justice for people because they deserve it. Changing the subject a little bit. School has been going great. Ladies and gentlemen, I am halfway through my semester, currently on spring break. And I've been learning so much from my criminal justice class, my speaking class, and I'm now taking a third class, Women in World History. It's been absolutely amazing going back to school. It's been breathtaking because it has changed my mental extremely. I have a purpose, and that's one of the things I want to come here and talk to you guys about, is purpose. We all have a purpose. You just need to seek yours. Stop sitting around. You guys remember those Everest commercials? You're sitting around, you're letting life pass you by. You said you're going to go to school today? No, get your ass up and do it now. That applies to following your dream, starting that business, getting that job that you wanted. It's time to start somewhere. I'm so sick and tired of seeing, especially my community, just sit on their asses and expect things to happen. That's not how that gets done. You have to get your ass up. Go get it. Now, do you think that I would be in touch with senators and council people if I sat on my rear? No. I am where I am because I worked hard to get here. A few accomplishments in just the first 3 months of the year. I won Local Business Person of the Year on alignable.com. Huge accomplishment. Still waiting to see what happens with that because I haven't gotten the information on it, but it should be coming soon. I was also nominated as Community Servant of the Year via the City of Westminster, Colorado, specifically the Westminster Chamber of Commerce. My apologies. And I'll be going to a lovely gala in April. Why is all this happening? Because I worked hard. I made myself a little vulnerable to you guys, my viewers. And I showed you guys what I want to do, and I'm doing it. So, if you guys take anything away from today's episode, is a few things. Let's please seek justice for people. Let's stop being selfish. Stop holding on to information. It's not good for you. Stop holding on to something that you know is ultimately hurting a family who's missing their loved one. It's time to come forward. Like I stated in previous episodes, you can be anonymous. Let's get justice. Let's get these people off the street. And the second thing is, if anything you've learned from me in this episode is get off your ass and go get it. It's time. It's time for you to follow your dreams. Let me tell you guys something that you guys might not want to hear. This country don't give a damn about us. Okay? That is a fact. This country don't love us like that. So we have to love ourselves. And we have to build our generational wealth on the land that doesn't like us. Fun, right? But hella doable. Hey guys, this is Morning Mimosas founder Holly Cecil. And as you guys know, Morning Mimosas values human life, criminal justice, healing, and education for the Black and minority communities, with a note that we love all people. Until next time, thank you for listening.